Today's topic is on Vishuddha Chakra. It is depending on its growth on the first four chakras. That is Muladhara, giving life, then Swadhisthana, Manipura Chakra, then Anahata Chakra. We have seen all the four chakras previously. From fire, air emanates. So when the air just spreads, it actually purifies the body and also mind. The fire, from the fire, air comes. That is related to Anahata Chakra. Then where that air goes, it just goes beyond our body. That is, it fuses with Akash. That is universal energy. So from fire, air just goes above. It just purifies our aura and mind. Goes beyond that. Beyond that, what is there? It is the universal energy. That is, we call this one as Akash. So the Vayu, that is Anahata Chakra, actually is the binding force between the lower three chakras and the upper three chakras. Based on it actually starts developing at the age of 4. Development is completed. Blossoming is completed at the age of 12. Children start going to school at this time only. Then they know who they are. They actually start mixing with other children. Then they know how to behave with other children. They learn what is discipline. They know how to express themselves. And then what happens at this stage? They identify themselves. Then, if they have got some potency, they just start developing. It is done with the support of parents and teachers. Then they start expressing themselves. All these things are related to the blossoming stage of the Vishuddhi Chakra. The endocrine glands that are related to this, thyroid and parathyroid. Thyroid is for growth. What is growth? Growth is not only for height and weight, it is for the internal organs also. When the infant is born, it is only of small size. It grows in size. Proportionately, internal organs also should develop. So, for the development of internal organs and also for the external morphology, the thyroid is absolutely essential. But that depends on gland which is known as a pituitary gland, master gland. Then that master gland also depends on Sahasrara chakra. Now you know upper three chakras are interrelated. They are depending on each other. That is, no chakra is independent. That is, Akash is the element that is linked to Vishuddha chakra, Agni chakra, and also Sahasrara chakra. These three chakras are linked to Akash, which we also call as a void element. Element is a void. Look at the characteristic feature of child, which is at the budding stage of or the blossoming stage of Vishuddha chakra. We just say it is related to voice. What is voice? This is the voice box. What is labeled as the larynx. When we talk, we listen to other people's talk. When we listen, the energy goes to the ear. That ear is the sensory organ, one of the sensory organ, which is related to Agni Chakra. The message which we hear, it goes to the brain, controlled by Agni Chakra and Sahasrara Chakra. Then the order comes from the brain. Then we talk. Mouth is the oral cavity is the one which makes us talk. But that is again related to Agni Chakra. Then when the air goes inside, there is an organ called larynx, which has got fold, which is known as the vocal cord, double fold, and they are just hanging onto the wall of the larynx. That larynx is the voice box. That when the air goes inside, then these flaps just vibrate, producing the sound. The child is able to talk. Now the talk, we just listen and then accept the sound. Then we talk, we just listen, we just talk, we express what we have got in mind. That is with purity. Purity is known as a Shuddha, Vishuddha. Shuddhi is purity. V means it is actually supporting the Vishuddha. So we just talk with the purity. All along we have been talking right from the age of 1.5 or 2 years, the child is talking, but this comes with lot of expression with the clarity. This is the voice box. Now this is related to an organ called pharynx. Air just enters through the nose, it just goes to the organ called pharynx, which is labeled here. The pharynx is a beautiful organ which can divide the air from the food or liquid which you are taking. Muscular cavity, when we breathe, air enters into the larynx. Air just entering into the larynx, it just goes to the lungs. That is one function. Another function is it makes us talk. Vocal cords start vibrating by the air. So dual function is performed by the organ called larynx. But the larynx itself is depending on pharynx. Pharynx, when we take food or liquid, some juice, it just allows the food or liquid to enter into the food pipe, which is known as the esophagus. So, pharynx has got the capacity to separate the air from the liquid or solid material. Solid or liquid material is allowed to enter into the esophagus. Air enters into the larynx. So, larynx has got the, it is a voice box. It allows us to talk with purity at this stage. Now, that is voice. Communication. What is communication? It is subtle energy of Vishuddha Chakra, enhances the ability to speak, listen, and express. Expression is the truth. We communicate without any fear. That is communication. Eloquent, using language, express yourself with your opinion. That is, some children are allowed to speak. If the child is able to speak with using his voice box nicely, if he is eloquent, then he is allowed to he is talk in public, or he is allowed to participate in debate in the school. And the children, if he comes out successfully, he is encouraged. He is he can participate in debate. Then you know how people use this voice box to brainwash even others. Voice box can be used for promoting in public speeches also. That is eloquent. Then expression. Expressing your own opinion. People may talk something. If you differ, or if the child differs, the child can express his own opinion without any fear. That should be promoted. You cannot just say, no, no, don't talk like this. What I am telling is correct. You don't have to retaliate. You should not express your opinion. You should not suppress the child at this stage. Then creativity. There are so many examples I can give, but I have brought a few only. So this is, can you see the picture? So this is a child at the age of 3. She just excelled herself in archery. Then she started talking about her experience, how in spite of her relatives, herself practicing day and night, how the parents actually promoted her, encouraged her in archery. Then she started talking about her own experience. Now she is being invited by several institutions to have motivation talk. So motivated talk she is giving in several institutions. They call her. Child was actually not allowed to enter into a school when she applied for admission. That school, which denied for admission in her school, actually called her for motivation talk. Can you imagine? So similarly, this fellow, I am a fan of this fellow. He is called Professor. His name was actually promoted for Nobel Prize. These are all children, child prodigies. Even at the tender age of 3, 4, 5 and all, they actually started shining their own field. This 11-year-old old fellow, smarter than Einstein. Then another child is also got higher IQ. Then these are all the fellows who have started developing their eloquence or whatever they have got in the form of creativity, and they excelled in their own field. All these pictures are given in Times of India. You can just see this one. All these people, see now, so many children are allowed to participate in what is called spelling bee. Hard words with tongue twisting words were given. Children were asked to spell. The, the beauty is, most of the children who are coming first are Indians, but only thing is they are American citizens. These are all the children who are excelled in spelling bee. Then this fellow actually completed his high school studies at 10. He actually acquired college degree at the age of 14. See, these are all the examples of how creativity is related to Vishuddha Chakra. Meditation, that is, we actually perform puja, parents, elders. If you allow the child to sit along with us, automatically he hears the mantras without any efforts. He starts chanting the same mantra. These mantras start they cause a certain type of vibration in the vocal cords, in the brain, Then he starts promoting our own culture. He will not go astray. So meditation is one way of promoting our culture. Not only that, this will avoid that fellow falling prey to some vices. In defects in lower chakras. If there is any defect in the blossoming stage of lower chakras, what happens? He just starts abusing other children. So I have given an example last week also, why how the parents came to the school, prevented their own children taking food cooked by one lady because she belonged to a certain community. Collector intervened, but only thing is now the child goes home, then the child asks the mother, why you prevented us taking food cooked by that particular lady. No, this lady says, parent says they belong to certain community, lower community. We belong to certain community, upper class. So this actually forms a seed, poisonous seed in the mind of the child. As the child grows, this poisonous seed gives rise to roots. It just grows in the form of plant. Then it grows in the form of a big tree, gets embedded permanently in the child's mind. What happens? He just has got that poisonous mind. Then, when he just meets another child belonging to that lower community, he starts hitting that child. But last, he starts teasing the person. Then, what happens? Then the child actually has got the capacity to, or he becomes bold enough to hit the another child or teach the another child belonging to another lower community, so-called lower community. Then what happens? I'll just give it as if it is a form of a story. Then you can relate it to the reports which you are seeing in paper or media, etc. The child, as one child, actually teases another child because that belongs to another lower community. Then child actually was afraid of encountering. He actually give back. What happens? He goes home. He just stops going to the school. For 3 4 days, he just did not go to school. So the mother is actually anxious. So she starts asking the child, why you are not going to the school? Then finally confides, just says that I am not prepared to go to school. Just take me to some Chennai. I'll just start working somewhere in Chennai and support the family. Then she asked why. Then he was narrating, this is what has happened. This child actually starts quarreling with me, teasing me. He just removes all, he takes care of me, takes my pocket money. He actually asked me to go and buy certain things from the shop using my pocket money. All this is when she hears, she just takes the child to the school, meets the principal. The principal asks the child to narrate everything, give it in writing. The principal calls the children who are teasing him. Then children were warned, let off, or suspended. I do not know. I don't remember. But only thing is, after this, the same evening, the children, the culprits, they just barged into the house of the child who started complaining about them. Then how dare you just talk about us? You cannot just say lodge any complaint against us. They start beating this fellow. And then another child, girl child, who is younger than this fellow, when she just starts support, when she starts intervening, she was also beaten. The grandfather, who was actually watching all these things, he died of shock. He just, when neighbors come to the rescue, by the time the culprit just ran away. This is what, see, who is responsible? Parents are totally responsible. The child, when it is born, any child, when it is delivered, it comes naked. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anyone close. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't belong to any particular caste or community. But as the child grows, you are sowing the parents are sowing the poisonous seed in the mind of the baby or the child. Then the poisonous seed just grows in the form of a tree. It is permanently registered in the mind. Even as he becomes old, then he just remembers about his community. He starts using all the fellows belonging to some other lower, so-called lower community, other caste. So this is what is happening. So you should not have this mind. We completely forget about the religion, caste, community, etc. Don't spoil the child of the the mind of the child. Don't spoil the child by just poisoning their mind, because the young child just absorbs all the information. This actually grows in the form of a tree. He can never eliminate this from the brain. This is what you should not do. This is because of this defect, the child actually gets spoiled. He just starts developing some sort of vices, etc. Then, when he is being teased, he feels guilty, most prone to either fight with another child or just avoids the company of the children. He just isolates himself. This is what likely to happen. Now, when there is a block for the flow of energy at the level of Vishudha Chakra, that is, he is not prepared to give back, he is not prepared to retaliate when another person, another child starts teasing him. Then there is a block. He doesn't want to talk back. So, what happens? There is a block for the flow of energy at the level of Vishudha Chakra. So, when by the manifestation of Kundalini Shakti, one by one, all the chakras are blossoming. When it comes to the level of Vishuddha Chakra, there is block. So Kundalini Shakti moving upwards gets associated with this element, ether, that is responsible for hearing, speaking, etc. It is almost come to a child becomes almost dumb. He does avoids all company of all the other children. This is likely to happen. In addition to this, nowadays children are given separate rooms. The parents think that children should be given separate rooms so that without any disturbance they can just read. They are also given cell or even laptop, etc. Then parents do not know what is happening within the room. Then the children uncensored pictures in OTT, they are just seeing. The pictures which are coming in theaters, they are censored. Adults only, for universal, for family, etc. It's there. But only thing is, pictures that are shown in OTT, they are not censored at all. What can should not be seen by the children are there uncensored. All these things will enter. See, most of the pictures are fights only between hero and villain. Hero or heroine, they have one in one hand, one cup with the wine or etc. Then another hand actually has got the cigarette. In one hand, wine, and in another hand, some drink, and in another hand, the cigarette. See, this is what the children are seeing. The children can easily learn all these things. They think they can also do all these things. That is why nowadays you see the children drinking, smoking without the knowledge of the parents. They start bluffing. Then they need money for buying cigarette or alcohol, wine, etc., then they don't have money. They had a tendency to steal. So many people. See, now I remember one incident, famous medical college, NRA children are admitted. Parents actually left him. And the student actually started falling as a prey of some bad element. He started drinking, he started smoking. Then he wanted more money. When he asked the aunt to give more money, what happened? Is she refused to give money because she knew what the fellow is likely to do with that money. When she refused, he had the audacity to kill her. He just killed her. This is what is likely to happen. So when the boldness to murder his own aunt comes because that hatred just starts developing from the age of 4, 5. So that is when the Manipuri chakra starts growing, either love or hatred. All these things start. Then he just grows in the form of a tree. Then it spoils the voice box, it spoils the mind. All these things are likely to happen. Then tonsillitis. Tonsil is another organ which is responsible for providing immunity. We just breathe polluted air. Now we know how corona spreads through the air only. All organisms, viruses, bacteria, everything, uh, we through the air only we just breathe. So when we breathe this air polluted with virus, bacteria, other pollutants, without filtering, it just goes into the voice throat. That is, filtering mechanism is there in the nose. It is there in the larynx also. But in spite of this, it goes to the throat. Then at the level of Vishudha chakra, there is an organ called tonsils. Tonsil, what is the function of tonsil? It is actually resist the, it starts fighting the pollutants, the virus or bacteria. Whatever it is, it starts fighting. When the cells are not enough to fight the um, external agents, what happens? It starts multiplying to fight the external agents. Then it just becomes to accommodate the multiplying cells. It becomes bigger. Then the child is not able to swallow. When the child is not able to swallow, mother becomes anxious. Then she just takes the child to the doctor. Then after some time, if the child falls sick often, the doctor says, better get rid of tonsils. That is the worst thing we can't think of. The thyroid, tonsils should never be cut and removed. It cannot be surgically removed. You see what you can do? You just start healing the Agnya chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, and also Manipura chakra. These are all the organ chakras which have got organs related to immunity. So you raise the immune power of the child so that it will not fall sick. Chances can be retained. See, these are all the things which you have to think of when you are mm, bringing a child at this age. When the child, Visual chakra starts blossoming. What happens when this child becomes an adult? How these qualities are manifesting, dominating. I'll just give an example. Family of lawyers. Child, because of his eloquence, parents think this fellow also can just become a lawyer. After graduation, he is just sent to law college, then he becomes a lawyer. Because it is there in the gene. He can easily defend any case. It becomes so famous. So any case he takes, he just wins. Then what happens when a fellow comes, he's a murderer, he knows that fellow has murdered somebody, but because he's a different lawyer, he just takes the case. Then he starts defending. He starts because of his eloquence, he confuses the witnesses also. Finally, the accused is left let off scot free. After some time, this lawyer, because of seniority, becomes a public prosecutor. When fellow comes, accused comes, he recognizes that he has defended this fellow, allowed that fellow to get scot free. Then normally he should recluse himself from the place. But his ego he doesn't prevent does not prevent him from resigning from that case, reclusing from this case. He just takes up that case. As a public prosecutor, he has to get enough evidence with the police support. Then he just gets all the support from the police fellows. Then he prosecutes and he just finds that fellow. Then he just puts him behind the bar. This is what is happening. And if you are very eloquent, then OTT I already told you how children get spoiled. Then when he becomes old, he just loves to see those pictures only. He gets glued to, becomes what is called, starts seeing all the pictures, unwanted pictures. Not only that, he doesn't care for the family at all. This is what is likely to happen if the child is allowed to sit in a separate room without parents' knowledge. If he just allowed to see the pictures in OTT in the childhood, then this becomes a habit for him. Then he just does some sort of vices. Then these vices actually just continues. Then he just becomes a drunkard. Even by the just near the school, some shops are there. We just get a report also in paper. We see or even media. These small shops just sell chocolates. These chocolates are having cocaine also or some other drugs mixed adulterated with unwanted drugs. So the children just buy the chocolate, then they start developing, get addicted to the chocolate. They start rather they have the tendency to steal and then start abusing the other people also. Then Then they introduce the chocolates to others also. Then this vice actually continues even at the value stage. He becomes a drunkard, or he goes for other drugs also. This is likely to happen. Then when he just gets addicted, if somebody asks, "What are you doing? Are you going to office? How much you are earning?" All these things, he started laughing. May not be going to the office at all. He might not be employed in any office at all. He starts bluffing because he has to survive. Then for his survival, he starts borrowing. Then finally, when he is not able to return the money, you see so many reports. The fellow just commits suicide because of the debts. These, these are all the things which are likely to happen in adulthood if there is when if the children are not under control, or if the children are or the children's mind are poisoned by the parents. Then if the child too much of control, if there when the child is growing, don't do this, don't do this, don't take this, don't go to this particular area, don't develop friendship with this particular area. Then he starts feeling some sort of inferiority complex. Then he is feeling shy when he has to when he is questioned. When he wants to talk, he is feeling shy. He is brainy, but the brain is having all the knowledge. His mind is full of knowledge, but there is no coordination between his voice and the mind. Then what is happening? This is called stammering. Because of stammering, he develops inferiority complex. He avoids friendship. He just spends his time lonely. Then again, he is not able to enjoy. Sometimes he goes for some drinks. He just becomes again potato couch, or just starts drinking. All vices will start developing at this age. Then, if that inferiority complex is there, when he talks, he thinks others are humiliating him. The fear of humiliation is there. Or he'll, because of his eloquence, he will start exaggerating things which he doesn't possess. All these things are likely to happen. And our books, must be proud of. We don't say anything about our own Nobel laureates. Chandrasekhar, our Tamilian Nadi, is a Nobel laureate, but he started young age, studied physical process of structure and evolution of stars. He started seeing the nature, enjoying the nature. Then he is this with this knowledge, he got his Nobel Prize. C.V. Raman's Navy views. See, all these are products of India, but only thing is they started developing this creativity at very young age. But only thing is this should be supported by the parents. If the parents are not supporting, the parents are not able to identify what this fellow is capable of, then there is loss. But even if the parents are able to identify, they say, don't do this. Finish your graduation. Afterwards, whatever you want, you can do. So he is forced to do tendency to do something which is creative. If the parents do not support, then he just starts hating the parents. He starts hating the society. If the parents support, actually his creativity is because of the media. He can promote himself. The parents themselves are promoting. Nowadays, in older time, in our age, I mean, when we were younger, this media was not that popular. Now, print media and social media are so eager to promote all these children. Nowadays, so many avenues are available to promote the creativity of the children. Yes, and even today, we are seeing Indians have won more than 100 medals in Asian competition. So only thing is so many medals. Only thing is this actually they have started developing this from a young age. sadhana. That actually that sadhana starts developing at the age of 9 to 11 or 7 to 11. Then at that stage only, Vishuddha Chakra starts developing creativity. So the creativity is promoted. Now you can see eloquence. Now cricket match is going on, World Cup matches competition is going on. Now you see the older generation person, that is Srikanth, was on talking as a commentator for all 6 hours. That is because he has got the ability to talk when his voice box is very cooperative in spite of his age. He was playing cricket at the young age. He knew the intricacy of the cricket match, cricket. Then he is being called as a commentator. In spite of his age, he just comments. That is eloquence. That voice box is absolutely essential for all these things. So voice box is related to Akash. Akash is again related to Agni Chakra. Akash is related to Vishuddha Chakra. Vishuddha Chakra is again related to Agni Chakra and Sahasrara Chakra. Vishuddha Chakra's growth is depending on the lower three chakras. Muladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana and Manipura Chakra. There is binding one. The chakra is the one which is full of love, that is Anahata Chakra. Anahata Chakra in the center forms a link between the upper three chakra and lower three chakras. So this is the picture of body. You see the Muladhara Chakra with red color petals, Swadhisthana Chakra with orange color petals, Manipura Chakra with yellow color petals, Anahata with green color petals. The Vishuddha Chakra about which you are talking now is having blue color petals. Thank you.
My name is Jyoti. My daughter has she has speech problem, ma'am. We are giving therapy for her, and I also attended Reiki from Subhashini, ma'am. So, which chakra should be given healings, ma'am?
Now I am telling you, no chakra is independent.
Okay, ma'am.
The first chakra develops, gives life. Then Swadhisthana Chakra, based on the development of Muladhara Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra blossoms. When these two chakras are blossoming, automatically fire element comes. Manipura Chakra starts blossoming. Then these three chakras are connected to upper three chakras. This is what exactly I want to impress in your mind. That is, no chakra is independent. Remove all the negative elements in the mind, that is in the auric body, cleanse the chakras, then all the chakras are to be energized. What is the age of the child?
5 years.
Then you have to start from Muladhara Chakra. Start from, that is birth defect. Something should have gone wrong when the was carrying the child, baby, I mean the fetus. So you have to treat the mother and also the child. Now start from Muladhara Chakra, remove all the negative energy in the back chakras and also front chakras. Then energize the Muladhara Chakra first. Then through the back chakras, go to the front Agni Chakra through Sahasrara Chakra. Then again start from the Agni Chakra. Spend more time on Vishuddha Chakra. Something, I want to say something about this. See, sometimes the child, when he is not able to, I will give you an example also. One child was thrown out of the school because he was not able to pay his fees. Okay, so there is the chakras path, that is starting from Muladhara Chakra. That is Kundalini Shakti starts moving up from from Muladhara to Sahasrara Chakra. So when the child at the age of 7 or 8, when he is thrown out of the school because he was not able to pay the fees. What happened? The chakra actually got stuck up. I mean, the energy got stuck up at the level of back Vishuddha chakra. Back Vishuddha chakra and front Vishuddha chakra both are related to only thyroid. When the energy got stuck up at the level of back Vishuddha chakra, what happened? When he was growing with that shamefulness, that in the adulthood, you can see the fellow having a lot of what shall we say bend. That is in our body. This fellow in adulthood you can see it is bent like this forward. That is the shoulders are low, bent like this, but neck is straight because the energy got stuck up at the level of Vishuddha chakra. Now what you have got to do, chakras then energize all the chakras from starting from Mooladhara, come through the Sahasrara chakra, come to the front Agni chakra, then cut it. Then start from Agni chakra, go to the Vishuddha chakra, energize, heal the Vishuddha chakra for a longer period, then go to the Mooladhara chakra through the front chakras, just at the level of Mooladhara chakra, stabilize the energy. This is what you have. But only thing is you have to spend lot of time. It is very easy to clear. Only thing is you have to spend some time. If you your own child, yeah, definitely you can do it twice. At young age, you can definitely clear all the negative forces.
Dr. Lalita, I have a question. From what I understand, of course, I have not been following you from the beginning.
Yes.
From what I heard today, am I right to say that your bottom line is whatever may be, all the chakras are interconnected. So, whatever
Yes.
may be the child's problem, whether it's lack of speech, aggressiveness, shyness, whatever it may be, you have to set right all the chakras through Reiki, right?
Yes.
Because they are
Yes.
interconnected. And then probably you have to concentrate on a particular chakra that is very much related to the defect. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Unlike Western
My
medicine,
question is clear.
where for
Is
each
my
organ
question
there is
clear?
a specialist. Pardon?
Is my question clear? I said you have to
Yes.
set right all the chakras first,
Yes.
and
No,
then
all
the
chakra
special
is
chakra
independent.
related to the defect, right?
Yes. Yes. If there is a
Okay.
block for the flow of energy in one particular chakra, it will not permit the flow of energy to the other chakras.
Okay. Okay.
So all chakras are connected to each other.
So your Reiki process will be setting right all the chakras, whatever may be the
Yes.
defect initially,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
focus on the special chakra related to the specific defect, right?
And Agni chakra.
Okay.
Particular chakra that shows the defect and Agni chakra. Agni chakra has got control over all the other chakras.
That has to be done in addition to setting right all the chakras.
Yes. It is not like Western medicine. For each organ, there is a specialist. Here, there is only one specialist who has created us.
Okay. Okay.
What we do in Reiki, we receive the energy from universe created by him, allow the energy pass through our hand and reach the particular chakra.
And you can do this Reiki treatment even when the child is not in front of you, by remote.
Yes, that is called distant healing.
Suppose the
Ma'am,
child
I
is
have
in
a
some other country far away, even then it will act.
There are persons in America, Australia, Sri Lanka, in other countries. They are seeking our help. The only thing is, I have formed a group. That is, all my students are there involved in this. When the request comes from another person from some other country, not only from some other country, even if he is in the neighborhood, I just inform. I shall just share the information to the persons in that group. All of us start joining and then heal the person.
Thank you.
It's called group healing.
Ma'am, I have a question to ask.
Distance is not. See, you are in America. I am in Chennai. We are able to connect ourselves to each other. No,
Yeah, yeah.
that is the divine power. That
Okay.
is this is materialistic. What we are doing is spiritual, spiritually oriented. Now.
Okay. Okay. So
Ma'am, I have
this
a
shows that
question to ask.
your lecture is so effective. Even I am able to
Thank
understand
you.
from one or two of your
Thank you.
webinars.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lita. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ma'am, I
Welcome.
have a question to ask. If
Some,
somebody is
yes.
having
Yes.
stammering, and at any age can we cure? Suppose the person is
Depends.
35
If
and
he
he
is
has
little
lot of
old,
stammering. Is it possible
what is the
to
age?
35?
See, if he is old,
Mm-hmm.
you have to talk to the person at what
Mm-hmm.
age he developed this stammering, what is the
Okay.
triggering factor for this stammering, if he has got inferiority complex, which he developed at a later or the younger age, all this you have to go through the history, then remove that from his mind, energize him with positive energy that will actually make him that will let him have positive frame of mind. The negative energy will be totally removed, which is the cause of stammering.
Okay. So it is a kind of counseling plus Reiki healing.
Yes, yes,
And I have one more question to ask. You
yes.
said that if Vishuddha Chakra is showing some prominent defects, it means that all the chakras below are also affected. So when we are treating a child, we have to concentrate on the prominent defect or and concentrate on that chakra more, even though we have to heal all the chakras. Is it that we have to heal all the chakras below Vishuddha Chakra also with equal importance?
We have to heal all the chakras, not
Okay.
Vishuddha Chakra alone.
Now you said all the
We
chakras we
have to
have to
remove
heal,
all.
but we have to heal
We have to
more time
cleanse.
for this.
Cleaning, cleansing is
Okay.
essential. If it is
Okay.
chronic,
Okay.
you have to remove the negative energy accumulating in all the chakras, cleanse it, and then energize the chakras.
Okay.
To
So there are
energize, cleanse all the chakras, energize all the chakras.
many habitual liars we see. They are basically having a problem in the Vishuddha Chakra.
See, Vishuddha Chakra is not independent. That is
That's
what
what from all
exactly I have been telling.
it is
Vishuddha Chakra
manifesting to it is
actually
manifesting.
gets energy from Anahata Chakra. Anahata
Okay.
Chakra gets energy from Manipura Chakra. Manipura Chakra depends on the lower three chakras, the lower two chakras. So
Okay.
energy, that is Kundalini Shakti is the energy. She gives life, then starts moving up through the chakras one by one. Then that is responsible for the activation of Vishuddha Chakra.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful lecture.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question. Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, if the child is very lazy, though he has a caliber to study, do everything, and focus in the studies, but he is very, very lazy to study or focus, which chakra is responsible and how do we rectify it?
Laziness is what is the age of the child?
16 years. 16 years.
16, 16 years. That means, ah, probably is addicted to this mobile or something like that. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. He watches a lot of mobile.
That actually once he is getting addicted to laptop or this mobile, he doesn't want to get up. So to make the child concentrate on the studies or any other activities, you have to clear the negative energy accumulating in the Agnya Chakra and also the Soul Chakra. So you have to use certain symbols to remove the negative energy accumulating in Agnya Chakra, Manipura Chakra, and also Soul Chakra. Soul Chakra makes him active. That laziness will not be there.
Okay, ma'am. Which are the symbols to use for this, ma'am?
You are a Reiki channel. You have learnt Reiki. Have you learnt
Ma'am, I've
Reiki?
learnt till
From whom?
yes, ma'am. I've learnt till 3A.
No. Do you know the additional symbols? What you have to do is you have to use the three traditional symbols after cleansing. After cleansing, you use the three traditional symbols. On Agnya Chakra, you use Rama, Buddhikari, Shanti, Ved. Then after energizing all the other chakras, including Muladhara Chakra, go to the Soul Chakra, draw Chokure Rama Ved. Then he becomes active. Remove all the negative energy from all the chakras, 7 chakras. Then energize the Agni Chakra with, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's audible.
You use the because you have gone through 3 years also. Use the traditional symbols, including master symbol. Draw Buddhikari on Agni Chakra, Shanti, Heart, Veil. Then to go to the other 6 chakras, other 5 chakras, front chakras. When you come to Muladhara Chakra, draw the 3 traditional symbols with. Then to Soul Chakra, the foot, you draw Chokure, Rama, Rama, Rama. Nagara Chakra also you have to draw Rama. Rama removes the negative energy. If you want, you can add even Hosanna Zore. On Nagara
Okay, ma'am.
Chakra, traditional symbols, Buddhikari, Hosanna Zore, Rama, Shanti, Ved. For
Okay,
other
ma'am.
chakras, only thank you all.